Hi, everybody. Welcome to Is This Thing On? A brand new game show. Is it a game show? Would you call it a game show?
It feels like a game show.
It's a game show.
Performance game show.
Something like that. Let's. I'm Slade Ham, your host, your Sherpa up what has been a very funny mountain thus far. I hope we continue that tonight. I'm surrounded by Jerry Wayne Longmire, the third whiskey brother to jump on Is This Thing On. It's as if I can't find local Houston comics to do this, and I've already run through my backup. You guys are supposed to be my saving grace if I need you. I've already burned you all. Abbey Vollman across from me diagonally, and then, of course, Matt Rogers to my right. We'll get to know them all better as we do in Segment 2. Segment 1 of this show is always Topic A. I don't like it this week. I'm mad about it. I didn't want to do this. But Topic A in the news used to be easy. They used to give you choices. There would be 5 or 6 big things. There would be a dumb politician, and then a celebrity would do something, and then those idiots across the pond, the queens and stuff, would fuck up. And none of that happens now. It's either coronavirus, Afghanistan, or abortion. So I picked abortion. Trey was no help with a backup plan. It's not like I'm flooded with alternatives and still fought my way through. This is literally not plan B. This is...
Oh,
I got the prompt and I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
yeah, exactly.
Last week we attacked Hurricane Ida, which seemed to be a challenge, but balls were hit out of the park. So here we are. If you're unfamiliar with what is going on in Texas, we have stepped back a century or two. And here's what happened. There was people across the country may soon be able to sue abortion clinics and find doctors, anyone who's helped a woman get an abortion in Texas. That's our new state law that the Supreme Court did not shut down. Ordinarily, this enforcement would be up to government officials, and if the clinics wanted to challenge the law's constitutionality, they'd have to sue the officials and make their case. But this is weird because we have somehow deputized citizens. And while the person getting the abortion cannot get in as much trouble, the people who help them, from doctors to Uber drivers, potentially might be. Hey, guys, make abortion funny. What's Jerry Wayne Longmire? I challenge you first, and I'm going to do a shot while you talk.
Well, finally, a reason to not build the wall.
That's
Abortion is defined as the ending of a fetus life inside a woman's body, but abortion is also defined as an object or undertaking regarded by the speaker as unpleasant or badly made or carried out. So I finally have the means which to prevent Dune from being released.
That is perfectly worded. That is. It's Dune has a heartbeat now, Jerry.
But not for 6 weeks if I can help it. This is
takes 6 weeks to watch Dune.
That's it. The 6 weeks thing really throws me because I just bought a mattress from Purple and they're going to give me 90 days to see if I want to keep it. And it's horrible. It's a terrible abuse of power, and it's a terrible overreach, and it's really a heinous thing. But on the flip side, my new cryptocurrency clothes hanger coin going through the roof.
That's fantastic. I sunk all my money into vacuum hose, so we're...
And one more, I find it very funny that Republicans are against early-term abortion, but okay with late-term abortion with the new gun laws.
Right, into the, as they would say, the 125th trimester, I believe. That's Matt Rogers. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
It's good to see your jolly, happy face on such a jolly, happy subject.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Thoughts on it's hard to speak, especially as a dude. I understand the challenge here. Thoughts?
I don't know. I just feel like the heartbeat bill just sounds like the name of a really, really sad cowboy.
Come on, heartbeat bill.
But and it also sounds like what they would give you at the hospital after they resuscitated you after a fentanyl overdose.
Oh, here's your heartbeat bill. So we got your respiratory bill and we got your heartbeat bill.
Yeah, I mean, I've had I've had pimples last longer than 6 weeks, and they had heartbeats too. But it's weird because like they, like they want you like people to encourage like snitching on people who are getting abortions. So I mean, I guess in this case, snitches get riches.
$10,000 in this case. Abbey Vollman, you from a woman's perspective, I guess it probably looks a little bit different than it does to us.
Yeah, honestly, like as a woman though, like I kind of see a plus side of it. Like I've never been more grateful for whiskey dick before. This works out for me. I mean, like
so optimistic.
I mean, I know.
Such a dick half full.
Exactly.
Can't finish. None of this can happen.
Exactly. A dick half full. I like that. That would be the name of my podcast.
No, yours would be vagina half full.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, I'm doing dick math. Carry on, Abby.
Dick math. Anyways, no, like you told us to kind of find positive spins on it. And I kind of think that the only thing that this will really do is like hold the police accountable for when they kill people because they're late-term abortions. Crime Stoppers pays, right?
You call in. You just said after 6 weeks.
Exactly.
I heard heartbeat after 6 weeks.
It doesn't matter how long after, right? I don't know. Personally, like I'm kind of poor, but a Six Flags season pass is only $11 a month, so I have one of those. Then that's kind of my plan B. Plan B is $50. You know what I mean? If I'm pregnant, I'm just gonna go ride roller coasters, scramble those eggs.
Ooh, that's a dark
go.
strategy.
Yeah, well, get those lap bars, you just put them down.
Do you got
Six
one in
Flags-
mind?
Yeah, Six Flags Fiesta Texas has a roller coaster called the Iron Rattler. Right? No, I did see though that Netflix kind of wants to make a documentary about the Heartbeat Bill, and they're gonna call it Nightmare on Womb Street. So we're real excited for that.
What a clusterfuck, isn't it? We're Texas. I can't believe they're deputizing people to do. This is the only crime, by the way, that people are just deputized to go out, and you can still drive with reckless abandon at 60 miles an hour in the slow lane, and we don't get to call anybody. There's not a single hotline. I'd do it for free. You can keep the $10,000. They need anyway. It's good to be here. I'm joined by 3 of my favorite Houston comics. This is a cool show because I get to hand pick it. Nobody's here that I don't want here. This week, one of my dear friends that I sit across the table from on every single Whiskey Brothers podcast now, since you've become a permanent member, my good friend, I'll let him tell you who he is, Jerry Wayne Longmire.
All right, let me get to it because I wrote it down. My name's Jerry Wayne Longmire Jr. I'm a husband to 1, father to 2. I can make you laugh, build you a house, weld the dick back on a snowman. I like thick thighs, thick buds, thick bottles full of old whiskey. I've seen Sling Blade 27 times. I've recorded 3 albums, been in 17 fights, and loved one woman for a real long time.
God damn, that is a bio if I have ever heard a bio.
That's going on the album liner.
Also, will you write my bio for me? Jerry Wayne Longmire, he has a special coming out called The Wrecking Yard. I know it's good because I produced it. It's really remarkable work. You tell some very personal stories. It's very deep, and it dips into some stuff about your family that most people would be very uncomfortable talking about. And there's a wonderful masturbation joke about your mom. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but there you go. Jerry Wayne Longmire. Next to him, Abbey Vollman. Tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Abbey Vollman. I'm like Houston Comedy's resident young kid. I was a theater kid for a while until I lost my virginity, and then I started doing stand-up. I tell a lot of stories.
I'm sorry, I'm giggling at the thought of her having sex with a theater guy.
Right. There's only one.
Where did you find him?
I was a theater kid until I lost my virginity. It's the perfect line.
We were talking about this earlier. It's like it's not hard to find them. There's only one dude. There's one guy, and you gotta fight for it.
He sits in the rafters with that mask on.
Exactly. Thank you. He was a senior when I was a freshman. Thank you very much. No.
God,
Tell a lot of stories. I tell a lot of stories. I told a story about my pet fish. It went viral on TikTok. So now I have a lot of followers on TikTok who don't give a shit about me. They just give a shit about my fish.
Whatever. It went swimmingly.
Cheers. It did. Cheers.
To fish puns. Next to me, to my right, I will give him a moment to swallow his shot. They call him Jolly. I know him as Matt Rogers. Hi, man.
Hi, hello.
Tell them who you are.
Well, my name is Matt Rogers. I'm a comic in Houston. I'm half white, half Sasquatch. I'm what's described as a silly comic. Been doing comedy since I was 28. Now I'm 34. I used to have problems questioning my sexuality. I was a real sassy squatch. But and then I went into a Bass Pro Shop and it cleared me right up. So.
What are you in 7 blurry pictures?
Well, they're only half blurry. So.
Top half, bottom half.
Always blur the bottom half, brother.
Absolutely.
Always blur the bottom half.
At the Katie Mills Gay Conversion Camp.
They don't put
Abby
any
lost her
clothes on that
virginity.
bear.
That's right.
That's right.
Winnie the Pooh it, baby.
Yeah, Porky Piggin' it, buddy. That is full blown. That's all, folks.
It's nature.
Matt Rogers, you're being complimented in the chat. They say, say great hair, Matt. Love the curls from someone else. Bryce Weathersby says Matt is one of Jerry's people. Yes, that's why I booked Abby. I told you the night we were sitting out at the secret group the other night up on the patio having a conversation, and I go, would you like to do this show? I go, I need someone who doesn't look like Jerry or Matt.
You're out, Will.
That
You
is
too, Hilla. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
That is,
Oh
of
my
course,
God.
Goodwill
There you go.
Loden in the background. He
Hell
is.
yeah.
I have officially
Goodwill
christened
Loden.
him as one of my merry men. Goodwill Loden and Trey Tutson has taken over the ones and twos. Those are the buttons being pressed. And Hilla Felice, who was on an episode last week, is also hanging out. I appreciate you guys for being here. We're about to dip into one of my favorite segments. This one's a good one. It has never gone badly. It at least all the way around. So let's start. It's my show. I can talk about it. Matt, you've gone last a couple of times. I'm gonna let you go first. You've been handed a note. That is the segment. The segment consists of you, an individual in a circumstance where a note was handed to you, and we don't know what's on the note. We're requiring you to fill us in on that detail.
Mm-hmm.
So it is your first day at a brand new school. I'll let you decide if it's college or earlier for the sake of the note. You open your locker. There is a note inside on your first day. What does it say?
Well, for the sake of this one, I thought I was in high school. And the note said, "You're too old to be in school."
Stop following me, mister.
You seem like a really cool guy. Don't show up to school tomorrow.
You should skip.
It says, "Don't even think about keeping drugs here. Sincerely, the Locker, Texas Ranger."
Ode to Chuck.
That's good. I like a good pun. That is
yeah.
wordplay,
That was
my
fun.
friend,
There
at
you
its
go.
finest. Locker, Texas Ranger.
Love it.
I'll keep it. Any others on there? You're good.
No, yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Matt Rogers, 3 for 3, I think. Yes, you guys in the chat said Jerry wants to know who does Matt's hair.
It's me.
I learned from the best.
I guarantee you we have a common ancestor.
I bet
Probably
it's about a
ain't even that far
generation back. That's is it a grandfather?
Is it an ancestor if it's less than 100 years?
I don't think this is on one of those charts. I think it's on a.
I need to check my ancestry.com.
We could probably get there through your text messages.
That's hilarious.
Across from Matt, Abbey Vollman, you're in the middle. I'm gonna make you go first next.
All right.
Abby, tell me what happens with your note, because here's the situation. You were at a funeral. It's a person who was just an acquaintance. You went anyway. You must be a nice person. You don't know a lot of people there. But when the service ends, a stranger walks up. They hand you a note. What does it say?
So if I'm at a funeral, I'm assuming, like, I probably knew this person at least a little bit well. The note's going to say, you should have swiped left.
That's such a power move.
Yeah, well, that's the effect I have on people. Dick half full, you know what I mean?
Nicely done.
So pivoting a little bit from that, another note would just be like random spam mail. Just be like, hey, you got pre-approved for a Discover card.
We'd like to talk to you about your warranty.
Exactly. The limit's $10,000, with a little asterisk. Don't read it.
Your computer has a virus.
You must
Exactly.
have snitched on someone who got an
Exactly.
abortion.
$10,000 is a triggering number nowadays, huh?
Oh, yeah.
No, keeping it in the same vein of like maybe I dated this acquaintance. I thought it would be funny if I got a note that said like, "Oh, you gave my son his last hand job," and then I get like an edible arrangement from his brother that's like, "Hey, I'm so sad. Can you give me a hand job? I'm just so sad about my brother. Do you like cantaloupe?"
Oh my God.
Edible.
I'd be like, "I will, only if it's a chocolate covered one. Come on."
Whew. All right, Jerry. All right, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
This is on you. You're hanging out at a funeral with Abby. No, I'm kidding.
These are not going to read well.
Let's get something straight here. If Jerry Wayne was my anything,
These
he was
prompts
definitely my
might still
dad. All right?
J-Dub, while you're in the grocery store, you run into an employee of yours, we'll call it yours, that called off maybe, I don't know, however the prompt works. I'll read it the way I wrote it, and you can tell me what happened. While in the grocery store, you run into an employee that called off from work that day. The next day, they show up to work with a doctor's note. What's it say?
Well, I write from a point of realism. So
Oh, yes, sir.
I had to write.
And Jerry,
way
I
I
feel
would
like you might
appreciate
have
this.
had some employees in the past.
Yeah, so here's the first note. Dear Mr. Longmire, I'm very concerned about your well-being. Your employee, William, was killed in a tragic grocery accident months ago. Please stop calling me for notes. Signed, Dr. Bruce Knight Shyamalan.
Oh my God.
That's strong. You wrote that like a Civil War letter. Dear Mr. Longmire, I've been watching you from afar for many years, and I do believe you've tickled my fancy.
I couldn't fathom, honestly, running into one of my employees at a grocery store and them calling off and not killing them. So I had to start from a place that I knew. Dear Mr. Longmire, your employee William has the COVID. I asked him to quarantine and wear a mask, but this is Montgomery County. What are you going to do?
Montgomery County, you should spit right in a baby's face in Montgomery County. We built an iron dome against information. Fuck you, book.
Dear Mr. Longmire, we tested William to see if he suffers from intellectual disability. He do. I sent him to apply for a job at the Kroger. I'm going to toss
God.
up between the last one.
No, you're going to read them both.
Okay, fuck it. Dear Mr. Longmire, William's treatment went perfectly and should take effect by lunchtime today. Signed, Dr. Kevorkian.
You got a busy second half of your day.
Dear Mr. Longmire, your employee William came into my office with a fever for top-notch products from a top-notch store like H-E-B. Ha 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 ha. Just a little doctor humor there. I don't know why he asked me to write you this note.
Jerry Wayne Longmire,
my
that,
God.
my friend, is what a spiked volleyball looks like. Thank you very much for that. Dear God, we are on fire this episode. Hi, everybody in the chat and on Twitch. If you're watching this after the fact, I encourage you to click subscribe. It's probably on YouTube. That's where you're seeing it. Click the button. That's how you'll know. We do clips of this, so you'll see little portions of this all over the internet as we go. We're online collectively at Praise Whiskey or Whiskey Brothers, depending on the platform. Simple enough. And we'll get to you guys' social medias towards the end of the show. But this, goddamn, this is such a, I forgot we did all this. All right.
Oh, yeah. This is.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Abby.
Mhm.
This is going to be you.
All right.
This segment, we've only done it twice, and it's gone incredibly. Well, we did it once? How many times
Once,
did we do
one
it? Just
time.
one time. Okay. Two standouts from that one,
Yeah.
for sure. Here we are. These comedians, and this is going to be a bit of a challenge because I know this predates some of you. These comedians that have died could be brought back to life. That's the cool part of this show. As comics, we always laugh about, what would so-and-so say about this? Well, now we have the ability to do it. We're going to revisit some dead comics and let you guys write their current day material. Abby, you have been handed Phyllis Diller, an old favorite of mine, possibly. Did you know who Phyllis was before this?
I did, yeah.
Then let's see. Here we
What
go.
I didn't know was that she lived to be 95, which is crazy. Actually, I just learned that. All right. Channeling Phyllis. Here we go. They said I couldn't call my mother-in-law Moby Dick fat anymore. So I've chosen to be politically correct, and now I call her obese.
You got the cadence. The cadence.
There it is. There it is. That's it. Trey agrees. Trey agrees. Trey agrees. That's when you get it from the back, you
I
get
need
it.
like a cigarette stem or something, you know? During the 2016 election, they wanted me to endorse Hillary Clinton, and I couldn't because her hair is taller than mine. Let's see. My husband Fang, he's so old I can't call him Fang anymore. I call him dentures. I got one more.
I believe she would have written that line
Yeah, I
herself.
believe it 100.
God damn, that
I-
is
if
strong.
And her
didn't-
cadence is so good. It's so good.
If you close your eyes, I encourage you. You have one more or two more?
I got two more.
Two more. Close your eyes for these.
Close your
Yeah.
eyes. All right. My daughter, she came to me. She said she wanted to change her pronouns. I said, honey, you've never had pronouns. Neither you or your siblings. You're this one, that one, and the dumb one.
Son of a bitch! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is why we
Standing up.
This is why. Fucking, you're gonna get me drunk before
I
it's
know.
done.
It's
All
like,
right.
holy shit, I'm gonna need another shot. Okay, I got one more. The Me Too movement was a very big thing in Hollywood. And I started comedy when I was 37, you know? And I look at all these young women. I was like, God damn, I'd be blessed if Dean Martin would just touch me.
Hell, I'd take Sammy Davis Jr.
Just as long as it's not my husband dentures.
Come here.
Jeez. I made a shot.
Oh, we got you. Give me Jerry's got you. Oh my God.
Jeez.
They're dying. That's good. That's woo, so we'll take a little breath here. This is Jerry, I'm gonna make you go next because I made you go last time. We'll pour Matt up another here. I got Matt another shot, and you. Are we all good?
It.
Everybody's good. All right.
Everybody's good.
Perfect.
Do you need another one?
No. Here's what it disappears behind here, so I thought that there's a long story. No, I don't. Is the point? Jerry Wayne Longmire. There has been a long ride. If you don't watch the Whiskey Brothers podcast on Mondays, you're missing out. We do it every single Monday. We do 2 episodes. It's our flagship show. We started this in 2011. We are close to 1,000 episodes. It's ridiculous. You have had a couple of, I don't want to say heated conversations, but conversations with Trey Tutson
Yeah.
about Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
And what he's left, the imprint he's left on comedy. You got Bernie Mac, buddy. Let's see.
I hope I don't get canceled. You have to understand, Bernie Mac be 63 years old now, and he always talked about being old already. He's like, I'm 63. I ain't worried about no Me Too movement, motherfucker. I don't even fuck no more. I'll get somebody else to do that, America. You know? People ask me if I'm on my social media game. I'm on social media game. I don't know what that shit is, man. I thought TikTok was a breath mint. You're telling me now I can't go outside without a mask on, but we still can't say motherfucker on TV? I still got them 3 kids. I'm raising them. The kids are in college, and all of a sudden my wife tells me they can't work and go to college at the same time. I had 5 jobs while I was learning how to be a comic. How come they can't do that shit? And the oldest one told me, I want to go to school out of state. Do you got out of state money? My wife said, we got to give them the best opportunity. I said, baby, I was raised in the projects by Big Mama, and I'm rich. The only opportunity is me. I got that $500 for a motherfucking book. Son of a bitch. I'm going to have to tour for 10 years to pay for this shit. Pray for me, America. I'm eligible for retirement in 2 years, but the average black man don't live till 60.
I laugh at that last part.
Bernie Mac is told.
Jerry Wayne Longmire writing more material than Bernie Mac's ever written. That's
I wrote one more. I wrote one more just for you, Trey. I wrote one more. Shit, kick it. Why interrupt a classic?
You don't understand. I ain't written more than 20 minutes of stand-up.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. These kids keep going to college. I'm gonna have to make a special.
My favorite thing by Bernie Mac is that opening to that particular show is sampled by Prince on the B-sides. There's a song called Pope, and it opens up like that, and he goes, "You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers." And then Prince goes, "Kick it," and the drum comes in, and it's beautiful, and everyone should go look that song up. Guys, what a fucking great segment. I would love to kill it because we're at the the half-hour mark, and the show's over. But I gave you other prompts, and we do have a segment 5, and it is called If We Need Them. I should call that segment If I Want Them, and I do.
Hell yeah. Well, we wrote for them.
That's good because there are many times I don't know how this show's gonna as we progress how it's gonna continue. In my mind, I have a vision. We've talked about it frequently, right? Like this is a farming ground for this sort of tough crowd era that I remember, right? The Patrice O'Neal and the all of the guys that we remember from that era, Geraldo and the. So I look at of course Colin, and I look in Jim Norton. I look at all of this as a farming ground for something like that, where we can maybe on an election night just bring in a best of and go, you know what, we're gonna go on air for 7 hours,
right,
and all the greats are gonna jump on and talk about real shit and tackle some stuff. So we're building towards that. But in the process, I get to experiment with new faces, and I'm always trying to farm them in. You guys tonight have been exceptional. I know some of this is your fault, but I'm grateful for it. Let's go to the last 3 stories. Trey, we're gonna ride this one out to the end. You good? How you feeling back there? Great. You good? I have nothing. Yeah. All right, perfect.
Trey has nothing to add?
I know.
Holy fuck, we did it.
Yeah, you good. You can press print. That's
I can press uncouth.
a couple of notes before we get into this last segment. Uncouth. That's what I heard.
Me too.
Bro, I'm like whiteout. I cover every mistake. So we are coming to you weirdly from the vaultsoflore.com studios. I want to extend that to I pulled it down earlier.
Oh, you took the sign down.
Because we were doing it's very formal.
Yeah.
We were doing some episodes of Will Loden and Nick Palermo's podcast, Silly Hats, which is way funnier than it sounds.
Yeah.
It's exceptional.
I've watched them do it here a couple times and helped you produce it the first time they did their episodes, and I was cracking up. We had to keep shutting down because you could hear me laughing.
It's totally coming out on our network. It's exceptional.
Yeah.
And anyway, I pulled that down just for the sake of. So Vaults of Lore, though, really kind of a sponsor of everything we're doing in the studio through at least the month of September. There's a book, vaultsoflore.com. We'll send you over to Ajakalia Volume 1. Sounds tricky. But it's Magic's End, and it's written by an alien who dictated it to a human at some point, and you should explore that. Jerry has read the entire book. I won't make you get into it now because I want to get to these stories. In which order do I want to do these? Let me decide now. We'll start here. This one made me laugh. Brazilian researchers have found a molecule in the venom of a type of snake that actually inhibits the coronavirus reproduction in monkey cells. Super cool stuff if you're a science person, right? Here's the problem with it. They're very wary about people going out to hunt the I'm gonna fuck this up. The stupid poisonous snake around Brazil, thinking they're gonna save the world. That's not it, says Giuseppe Puerto, the herpetologist, which is also a weird word, running the Butantan Institute's biological collection in Sao Paulo. That's the only word I can pronounce. It's not the venom that will cure the coronavirus. They hope to test the substance in human cells, but gave no timeline. Which one of you wants the softball first?
I'll go first.
There it is.
I got it. I only got one for this, really, anyways. So, like, the Brazilian, like, viper venom, I like to think it was just lost in translation. It's just the Pfizer vaccine.
There you go.
That's all it is.
There you go.
Pfizer and
They
Portuguese.
got to do something to get, like, Joe Rogan podcast listeners to take it. You know what I mean? Just get vaccinated. Shut up.
Jerry?
I think it'll work great as long as they tell everybody in Mississippi that they can't use it. You know what my real holdout is? Like, fine, we can do this, but if you're unvaccinated, you got to retch off in the bag and get your own snake.
Yeah, that's here's a Matt?
I just feel it's cool that you can, now you can get a Brazilian wax and vax in the same place.
Oh my God, that's every girl's Tinder profile right now. I just picture these rednecks out there going, God damn it, how am I going to catch a Brazilian of these snakes? That seems like a lot.
That's after a gajillion. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Listen, I'm not saying it's science, but a Brazilian researchers.
You carry the one. You carry the one.
I'm not a mathematician.
I'm not a Scientologist, but
This is a fun one, and it also should be low-hanging fruit, and by low-hanging fruit, I mean watermelons. The FTC has sent letters to McDonald's franchisees this past summer, and the Wall Street Journal reports this, regarding what's going on with their ice machines, their ice cream machines. That's different. Franchise owners have reportedly complained that the ice cream machines are complicated and that fixing them when they break is, and these are all quotes, hard. The machines require a nightly automated heat cleaning cycle that can last up to 4 hours to destroy bacteria. The cleaning cycle can fail, making the machines unusable until a repair. They've said all this bullshit to me. No one cares if the Wall Street Journal reports it. However, McDonald's claims to understand those frustrations and has devoted an entire team to solving the issue. Wall Street Journal says that the franchise owners are tired of being the butt of so many jokes. Do any of you have an ice cream machine joke we have not heard?
I don't know. I just feel like their ice cream machines are like the manager that's never there, but like the employees always like cover for them.
Jimmy's in the back.
It's constantly running off with like the McRib and stuff. They're going places and hiding out.
I want to know how it is harder to make ice cream than a McRib. Because you got to get like 6 pork products together and squeeze them together and shit. I saw the FBI is involved in this investigation. Like, how bored are those guys now that they don't have Trump to investigate every day?
I know. Once they got past baseball players, steroid heads, and Trump, it was over.
exactly. I don't know. I feel like the FBI getting involved is probably making Dairy Queen super nervous right now.
Shit, that's all we do.
Shit.
And has anyone actually had McDonald's ice cream
That's what I'm saying.
ever?
I've heard of
I
some.
thought it was
heard
a
it's
myth.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are clearer
It's an urban
pictures of
legend.
Matt Rogers.
Bottom half.
If you say McFlurry into the mirror like 4 times, then McFlurry will appear.
That's the stuff of lore right there.
Right? Mix it with Candyman. That's
There you go.
Ice cream got shot in the 60s by the cops.
Some McDonald's employee appears and it's like M&M or Oreo.
I don't know, but not bees.
Right.
All right.
It took me.
Thank y'all for making. I was worried that I'm
Yeah,
dumb for a second. I was,
Funny.
like, that was a good joke, I thought, but I did that shot. So I'll have another one. Here we go. We're getting out of here. We got one last subject, and it is my favorite. I saved it to the end for important reasons. It's the dirtiest, and I can cut it if I don't like it. This happened in India. Alman Mirza used an epoxy adhesive on his penis. And I want to pause before I say this to say that most of these prompts came from our Discord server. So if you're not part of
Nice.
that, you should be part of that. That's the cool. You could actually end up on the show. And if I was better at what I do, I would credit the people who sent these in. But I'm not. So if you'd also like to be uncredited for contributing to the show, you can get a hold of us on our Discord server. This happened in India. He put an epoxy adhesive on his penis before having sex at a hotel. Him and his girlfriend checked into the hotel. They proceeded to take drugs. Shortly afterwards, they realized they'd forgotten to bring a condom. So Mirza, good old boy that he is, and unwilling to have unprotected sex, used the glue to seal off his penis so he could have sex without the risk of impregnating his girlfriend. The couple brought the glue with them because they sometimes inhale it for a kick. It's a thing people do. The next day, he was found unconscious in the shrubbery outside of an apartment complex. It's been suggested that his girlfriend could have played a role in sealing his penis shut with the glue. Certainly, she did not object. It's sticky. Listen, do you guys have any thoughts on what might have happened to poor Alman Mirza?
Could have? Could have had something to do with it? Are you shitting me? There ain't a man on 8 continents that have done that to himself. Trey ain't never worn a condom. Could have? And what kind of shitty drugs do they have in India that you're also carrying glue? And have you never heard of anal? It's usually less fatal.
Well, Jerry took his teeth into that dog. Matt, I'm going to kick the ball over to you because you're next to me, and it gives us an opportunity to switch cameras.
Cool. I don't know. It's probably one of those situations where the couple was getting kinky, so she's like, "Let's put a little glue on your dick, and I'll huff it," and using the foreskin like it's a paper bag.
Oh, was that one of those things like where you put the cocaine on the it's drugs off a penis, right? That's
Yeah.
that's a
You never know.
Abby's laughing too hard at that. Do you have punches?
That's how I ended up at that funeral. You
It sucks. You can only do half as many drugs my way.
It started out at Whiskey Dick.
You only get half a rail.
Survival of the fittest, baby. Come on, it's me. Oh God. I don't know. Was that it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I don't know. I kind of feel like this was like a classic like Magnum versus Durex debate. You know, he, like he thought he was Gorilla Glue, but he's just Elmer's. You know.
You ain't need that much help.
Exactly.
That is a round of applause from the whole room.
No, it's just cool because like when I was researching it, like I did see a thing that was like for just pennies a day, you know, you can give money to this guy so he can unglue his dick. You know? In India, they need better drugs.
God damn it. Are there, yeah, you're right. You're all right in the chat. Yes, these are good ones. They're all good ones. They're all fire. That's, yeah, are there any unused punches in any of your notes? Because I got nothing.
We burned it.
That is fantastic. Where can everyone find you? I know where the Whiskey Brothers can be found. We'll talk about that right before we get out of here. Jerry Wayne Longmire?
You can find me at Comedy Jerry on Twitter, and you can find me at Jerry Wayne Live on Instagram and Jerry Wayne Longmire on Facebook.
And an upcoming special called The Wrecking Yard.
That's
that
right.
was shot at the Secret Group. It is remarkable, and I am happy to have my name attached. Trey Tutson, a lot of good work on that special as well. Abbey Vollman, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram as at weirdo.abby. I made the username when I was 14. Don't judge me. I don't know how to change it. I'm sure that you can. I just don't know how. You can find me on TikTok at Strawberry Quip, QUIP. Random username. You can find me on Twitter at ABBEYVOLLMAN.
There you go. Abbey Vollman, easy to start searching for.
Yep. Just Google me and you'll find me somehow.
And then, of course, Matt Jolly Rogers, my friend, thank you for being here. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Matt Rogers. Without the D, yeah, it's going to be very hard. Just look for the one that has Jolly in parentheses next to the name. Also, you can find me on Instagram at joking_jolly.
There you go. You guys have done exceptionally. This episode has made me smile from beginning to end. The back of house, it's very important that I acknowledge it. You guys are pressing buttons and hanging out, but you've all been standout contestants. Literally everybody back there has kicked ass in one of these seats on an episode of Is This Thing On? And it's the Whiskey Brothers. We're going to have to step our game up because this is becoming my favorite show. And I can't put y'all on it again for a while. I've got some cool stuff coming up. We're going to do 2 more weeks, I think, before I leave. Trey and I are headed to Europe, fingers crossed, for the better part of a month. We're going to take a hiatus. When I come back, we're going to do another 6-week series. And who knows? If all of that gets canceled, we're going to just double down on this, and this is going to be a very big Houston show. If you follow Houston comedy, you can come out to the Secret Group. Almost all of us perform some night of the week just to work out new material. It's a very good room, and you should check it out. It's right there on Polk and St. Emmanuel. It's a very good club, and I think they deserve a shout-out. Thank you to the Old Humble Distilling Company, who's giving us whiskey. And, Joe, we need more because that's our Tuesday night drink. And, of course, vaultsoflore.com, the website that sponsors the book, that sponsors the show, that is still part of this through the week of the month of September. So a successful episode. Trey Tutson, motherfucker. Goodwill Loden, Hilla Felice in the back of the house, and exceptional work from Jerry Wayne Longmire, Abbey Vollman, and Matt Rogers. I am Slade Ham. Thank you guys for hanging out. Cheers.